Hey y'all, welcome back to the cookie jar. Today we're doing the second recipe from the peach cobbler murder. They are called the strawberry flit cookies. That's these 2 pages. And their oven is preheated to 375. That is the first thing, is preheating the oven. And then we're going to need 1 cup of melted butter, 2 sticks, 1 cup white granulated sugar, 2 beaten eggs, just whip them up with a fork, 1/3 cup of seedless strawberry jam, 1 teaspoon strawberry extract, or vanilla if you can't find it. I found the strawberry. Pretty easy at Walmart. 1 teaspoon baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1½ cups chopped walnuts or pecans, 3 cups flour, not sifted, a small bowl of powdered confectioner sugar. I think I ended up putting 1/2 cup in there. I'm not actually sure how much we're going to end up using. But 1 bag frozen strawberries for garnish. If fresh strawberries are available, they'll be fine in this recipe. I got the bag of frozen. Okay, so we're basically mixing up the dough, rolling the balls, rolling them in sugar, putting them on a greased cookie sheet, making a thumbprint, putting a strawberry in each one, which the strawberries I got were really big. So I cut some of them down, hoping they'll fit a little bit. And then, just say if your berries are too large to fit on your cookie balls, cut them in quarters instead of halves. Then flip the cut piece over it and place it skin side up in the thumbprint. And then you're baking them at 375 for 10 to 12 minutes. And then it says dust the cookies with powdered sugar and place them on a pretty plate before serving. Yield 7 to 8 dozen. The tart strawberry pieces are wonderful with the sweet cookie. Carrie Roach just adores these. As a variant, you can also make these with seedless raspberry jam and a whole fresh raspberry on top. So, I have everything laid out. Let's get started. This is what everything looks like in its measurements, all laid out. So the first thing it says to do, even though it calls for melted butter in the recipe, is to melt the butter and add the white sugar. So I am going to chop these up and get them melted butter. And to this, we are adding the cup of sugar. Okay, now it says to add the eggs on the strawberry jam. But, okay, that's actually not warm at all. So, and 1/3 cup of seedless strawberry jam. So, the jam is kind of lumpy. So I think I'm just going to let this keep mixing until it's more blended in and less random little chunks. In the cookie, you have the strawberry jam and the strawberry extract, and on top you have strawberry. So these are very strawberry forward cookies. So my question in the end of it, is it going to taste like real strawberry or fake strawberry with that strawberry extract in it? Because most of the time we're adding these flavored extracts, I haven't liked it as much. So we'll see what happens. But to this, we are adding a teaspoon of the strawberry extract, a teaspoon of baking powder. Actually, somebody said to do this with it on so it mixes in better. So, a teaspoon of that, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, which in the book, it literally just says soda. So that can be a little confusing. I assume it is baking soda though. Oh. Can't think of any other type of soda that would be. Alright. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then once that's all mixed in, we're going to add the 1/2 cup of chopped walnuts or pecans. I have walnuts. And then we're adding the 3 cups of flour. And it doesn't say to add it in cup increments or anything, so we're just going to go with the whole thing and mix it slow. It is stiff. I don't think I can roll it stiff, but it's stiffer. I definitely think this is I need to go in the fridge for the half hour and try again, because just sticking my finger does that. So this is definitely not rollable right now. So I'm just gonna kind of bunch it all up. Give it one last little stir, because it looks like the nuts are sitting separate than part of it. But alright. I think for this to have been able to roll right away, you couldn't have used that melted butter. Not with the jam and 2 eggs. It's just too much liquid. So, plastic wrap into the fridge for half an hour. So, this still seems really soft, but we're gonna try and see what happens. So, scoop into the powdered sugar, roll it around, shake it off, put it down, and repeat 12 times. Now, this is manageable. It is to roll it, and this. Could I actually physically roll it? I don't think so. I definitely think this would have to chill, gosh, maybe at least 2 hours to be rollable, because I gave it half an hour and it's scoopable. So maybe a full hour, hour and a half would make it rollable, but it's definitely very soft, very malleable. I toss them around the powdered sugar. They're not really retaining their shape. They're mushing about. Just something to think about if you go to make these. Definitely add in chilling time. And now you're supposed to make a hole big enough for a strawberry to fit. Now, I just got your regular frozen bag of strawberries from the freezer. And I don't think a strawberry is gonna fit in a hole. You'd have better luck just pushing the strawberry into the thing. Which I think is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna put a strawberry right on top. And I think I gotta cut these up more. That is humongous. We are performing cookie surgery. So this is what the first tray looks like. That's what they came out. So I'm just going to do the rest and we'll see how many we get. All right, so I have finished all of the topping and everything. I ended up with 59 cookies, which is just shy of 5 dozen. They're gonna go in a 375 oven for 10 to 12 minutes, cool on a cookie sheet for 2 minutes, and then get transferred to a wire rack with a final dusting of powdered sugar. And here are the final cookies. That's what they came out looking like. So here is the strawberry flip cookie. The cookie itself tastes like a nutty shortbread or cake kind of thing. The strawberries on top, they look cute, but they're kind of mushy, and I think it would have been better just to be a strawberry walnut cookie. I do not think they needed the strawberries on top. Yeah, it adds to looks, but I think it takes away in the texture. But that's neither here nor there. It's not a bad cookie, but it's not something, I don't think I would make it again. Now, next week we are moving into Lisa's wedding cookie cake is what we're going to be making next week. And then the week after that is going to be Herb's wedding cookie cake, which is basically a different type of the same thing. And I was reading through it, and it seems like a ton of graham crackers layered into a ton of pudding and in a bowl, and then you let it sit until it hardens, I guess, and then you invert it and take off the plastic wrap, and you should have like a cake, and then you put whipped cream on top of your concoction, and then you slice it up. Now, I've never had a pudding that set to the point where you could cut it and ice it. I don't know what to make of the next two we're going to be doing. I think they're going to be chaos. I don't say they're going to fail, because it's pudding and graham crackers, essentially. So regardless, you're going to have something that tastes okay. I just think it's going to be a mess. But if you're interested in seeing how those work out, join us next week. Bye guys, I hope you have a good one.